We had a few teething problems at the beginning, which I think is to be expected from a transition of this magnitude. Just the data that we had to transfer from one system to another was huge, and that came with problems. The first day was a bit more turbulent, which was to be expected. We managed to get a fairly quick resolution to most of the major issues, and we've seen statistically an improvement in the number of declarations that are being assessed from 110 on the first day to 540 by the third. The decision making is always done by a customs officer, and that's important because AI is a very useful tool, but I don't think it has the ability yet to understand culture, demographics, and all the rest of that. So what AI does is it helps us detect patterns in the mistakes that we find on declarations, and it highlights them so that we can then implement that into our risk matrix and highlight it on our selectivity, which is what dictates what gets checked and what doesn't. So that element is good because we won't get blindsided by a common mistake that we haven't caught on to, because the AI will be there to catch that before it slips through the net. This is a bit off platform, but one of the main things which we intended to introduce as a result of the upgrade was a new tariff. The tariff basically is a list of codes where we classify all the goods that there are to classify. We've had a sort of simplified version of that historically in Gibraltar because we haven't had a need to classify to that level of granularity. But now that we were looking towards a treaty with the EU, we've harmonized our nomenclature with the European tariff. That will be coming in very soon. The reason it hasn't yet is because we don't want to have to work on a live tariff with the transaction tax. So as soon as the taxation regime that's come about as a result of the treaty is clear, we might have to wait for the text for that. Then we'll work on the tariff, which has already been drafted, implement the taxation and launch it. So yeah, it's very much designed to cater for the transaction tax or any other tax that might come as a result of the treaty.